Hey, it's Garrett Biss. I hope you're having an awesome day today. So one thing I want to talk about today is this tendency that we have to take things personally. The ways that other people act, the way that things happen around us. We tend to take things very personally. And I feel like I'm on a Don Miguel Ruiz kick right now because one of the recent videos I did was on assumptions and on the power of assumptions. And if you're not sure, or if you're not familiar with the reference I'm making, Don Miguel Ruiz wrote a book called The Four Agreements. And two of those four agreements, one was don't make any assumptions, and the other is don't take anything personally. So if you're not one of the 8 million people that's read that book, I highly recommend it. But in the book, he talks about not taking anything personally. And a lot of people talk about this and understand this. And even if you've heard this message before, it's probably one that you need to hear again. It's also one that I need to remind myself of almost constantly. But this is, don't take anything personally. When other people act towards you, or they say things towards you, or they treat you in a certain way, you got to realize that they're not doing it because of anything true about your nature. When we act, the things that we think, the judgments that we make, the things that we say to other people, it's a reflection of ourselves. When we judge something in somebody else, I learned this from listening to some of Brene Brown's work, which is very fascinating, but when we judge something in somebody else, that's a wonderful way to look in a mirror and see what it is that we judge about ourselves, what insecurities we have, where we think that we're falling down, or where we think that we can improve in life. When we judge something in somebody else, it's not a reflection of them, and it's not a reflection of their true nature or their reality. It's a judgment. That judgment is a reflection of us. So when somebody else judges you, or when somebody says something to you in a judgmental way, realize that that's not reflective of your true nature. It's not reflective of who you are and what value you have. It's merely a reflection of something that an insecurity or a belief that other person has. But when we take things personally, it can hurt our self-esteem. It can hurt our sense of worth. It can hurt the way that we feel and the way that we show up if we take it personally. Realize when somebody's acting towards you in a certain way, it's because of the emotions that they feel. If they're happy and they're cheerful and they're acting a certain way towards you, well, yeah, that's wonderful to feel like that it's only inspired by us or totally inspired by us, but in reality, it's just because they're feeling in a good way. Maybe being around us helps them feel in a good way, but the way that they act or the way that they respond to us is merely a reflection of how they feel. But similarly, when somebody's being nasty, when somebody's being rude, when somebody's frustrated, when they're upset, it's not a reflection of you or your value or your worth. It's merely a reflection of the pain that they're in. I know many people have said this, but one time I heard it, a quote, it was Gnarls Barkley said that hurt people hurt people. It's a wonderful thing to remember. When somebody's being nasty towards you, when somebody says something that's hurtful, when somebody does or treats you in a certain way and it hurts you, realize that it's because they're feeling certain pain or insecurity in themselves. Maybe they need to reaffirm their value, and they do that in a very nasty way by trying to put other people down. Maybe they do that to reflect from or deflect from the pain that they're feeling within them, and to draw attention to somebody else or something beyond themselves so that they don't have to think about and other people don't think about the pain that's within them. So think about that. When somebody is acting a certain way towards you, when they say something towards you, if they like you, if they don't like you, if they treat you nicely, if they treat you poorly, it's not a reflection of who you are. Your true nature is set by what you know of yourself. And realize that what somebody else says to you is not a reflection of your true nature. It's merely a reflection of themselves. So don't take anything personally. Remember this, and I know it will help you many different ways in your life. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, I won't take it personally because I realize it's merely a reflection of your beliefs or what your interests are. It's not a reflection of me or my value or my worth or the worth of this video. But you have an awesome day. Think of something that you're grateful for, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.